So let me introduce Annelies. Annelies Van de Walle. I'm really excited about this interview because when I read her mini bio, I was absolutely impressed. Sorry, I'm looking all around because I'm using two screens. So I will read you out the mini bio so you would also know what to expect and what an amazing person Annelies is. So Annelies is a sinologist and economist. Annelies, you will need to let us know what sinologist is. And Annelies was working as an expert in China until 2020. For me, it's crazy. And she was working in international sales and HR. There, she started training consistently and running races. Then she discovered obstacle racing and competed in Spartan Race. Until she made it to the World Championships in the States in 2012. Isn't it absolutely crazy? So what we are going to learn today about is how Annelies has actually started fitness business in the midst of COVID. You will need, we will learn what you need to what you need not to give up, and what you need personally as a female founder. So this is a very relevant topic. I know that there are a lot of people who are actually thinking now that maybe it's a good time for your own business, but of course, in the situation where we are in, a lot of people are doubting: should I jump into my business? Should I not? And what I should consider actually in making the leap. So, Annelies, my wholehearted welcome to you, and I will give you the word if you want to tell a couple of words more about who you are, and then, how it was all starting.
Hi, Anna. Yes, it's so great to be here. So yes, as a sinologist, I speak Chinese fluently. So living in China gave me this environment with a lot of entrepreneurs. They're like everyone who has an idea gets money somewhere and starts. So it's very supported. And also, if you fail, doesn't matter. You just try something else. So this whole vibe is really what gave me the idea. Before, I was just normal, like, okay, 9-to-5 job and have some hobbies and life will be great like that with a family and that's all. But it opened my mind to this possibility.
Yeah, I'm sorry for interrupting you. That's really, really, really interesting. I would never imagine actually that China is an amazing place for entrepreneurship. So what you're saying here as well, that culture plays a very strong and important role in how people behave, and how they go for businesses or not go for businesses. And I've actually been to a conference recently, the Indian one, and that's where we discussed as well that the state should develop culture of letting people go into business and make it easy for people to go into business. So do you think like in China they have it ingrained into their education? Why do you think they're so entrepreneurial and they go so easily into businesses?
A lot of things are not cultural, I think, but it's also your network. So who you're in contact with. So even here, if you start to meet people who are entrepreneurs, you feel like it's more possible. But there, the money issue, like entrepreneurs are very supported.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, that's a great idea to become an entrepreneur. Everyone wants to support you. Here it's like, are you sure this is super risky? And, but there it's like, it's okay, money. Yeah, you lose some, you win some. And then, so that kind of vibe is very different. And it's also the way people look at entrepreneurs. So here I feel more like if you fail forever. But there it's like they support you because you want to try. So people really like entrepreneurs and they also like to try new products and it's just a kind of PR for entrepreneurs. That's what we would miss here in Belgium, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I've noticed that Belgian culture is that you have to succeed from the first time. And I don't know where it comes from. because when I just came here, and my boyfriend actually was just starting his company, and he was very nervous about that. It's like, okay, I have to succeed or nada. But why? I mean, this is the learning process. You can fail, you can learn, and then you can go ahead with a new business, with new adventures. But anyways, okay, so you were in China, you were working in the corporate world, right? That's what I understood. And then in 2020, which is just last year, you came back when COVID started, right? Or earlier?
Just at the beginning of COVID.
Yeah, and after how long in China?
10 years.
10 years, my God. So you like completely forgot even what kind of culture it is. So, okay, before we start into the business, can you tell me about these first impressions? So you come after 10 years in China to Belgium. How did you feel? What did you experience?
So here I do feel it's very stable. So everything here is supportive. You have the healthcare, you have the government subsidies, you have everything. So that's very nice. Like, it's a very safe place, but that's also not so good for entrepreneurs, because you can just be safe without starting a company. You don't have too much push to really try and get out there and take risks. But in the beginning, it was very nice. So like this, you have the time to settle and really think about the business. Like, okay, talk to people, talk to banks and stuff, to get your idea together. So that was a nice feeling. But of course, with COVID, it's annoying. You cannot meet anyone. So you cannot really get a feel of the place if you don't meet people. So it took us like half a year before we really settled.
Yeah, and when you say we, you're talking about your husband, right?
Yes, my husband is supporting me.
Yeah, so you decided to start your business together.
Yes, so he's a personal trainer. So that's great for our fitness business.
Okay, and he has been in China with you, right?
Yes, he's from South Africa.
Okay. By the way, there is Ekaterina saying hello, ladies. Hi, Ekaterina, and everyone who is watching us. It's good to have you.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
No, I'm saying that one. There is Ekaterina who is watching us, and she's saying hello.
Hi.
Great. So, okay, let's move then into the stage of starting business in Belgium, particularly during COVID and after 10 years of not being in this country. How did you pull it?
So, it's a big decision to make. So basically, taking the decision is what took the longest time in setting up the business. Like, okay, am I really going to do it or not? And then I was very passionate about this whole concept of getting people fit and learning about nutrition, and so that people can meet friends, come together, work out together. So then I was like, okay, whatever, I will just do it. Even if I don't make money with it, it's just worth it. So this is something I think, if you consider opening something, to think about, if it was not paid, would I still want to do it? Because you need to do a lot of hard work, right? You need so much passion that the hard work will be worth it. So, and in the beginning, maybe you won't make a lot of money as well. So it took me a long time to say, okay, I'm giving up my comfortable life with the normal corporate world, and just going back to basics and putting everything in the company. So that took a long time to decide, and then also to find the money. So when you decide, it's a big thing for yourself to know you can do it, but then to convince other people that you can do it.
Exactly. And how did you find them?
So I talked to like everyone I know. So that's something also, like, don't be afraid. You need just put your idea out there. And on that process, actually, I learned a lot. So I made first a business plan, then a financial plan with a very detailed cash flow and everything. But then people told me, okay, you need to make worst case scenario. You are too positive. Of course, you're positive. You're opening a company. So these things, when you talk to other people, will make you like, okay, you need to be realistic. No, this is
Annelies,
put your back on the floor and then think about what could go wrong.
Yeah, I have two questions for you. So the first one, I think we didn't tell our listeners what your business is.
Okay, that's an important one.
Yeah.
So this is my business here, F45. It's a functional 45-minute training. So basically, we do small group training with personal trainers.
Okay, in the heart of Brussels.
Yes, at the central station.
At the central station. Okay, and then it brings me also to the second question. So you said you made a business plan and the financial plan, and then I've heard cash flow, the magic word for me now, because I'm also launching a business now, the fashion business, and we are going exactly through this phase. Writing the business plan and creating the financial plan as well, including cash flow. So when you're not experienced and you didn't have business before, how do you do those things?
Ask help. So I just ask people. And so I learned you need to put all the details inside, up to like cleaning costs, like everything. And
Oh.
yeah, you just estimate because you don't know the exact costs, right? I didn't have too much time to do super detailed research, but I just made sure everything was inside, every possible cost. But still, one of my friends said it was too positive. So then we had to amount for a lot of problems. And then the cash flow was much worse, right?
Yeah.
So basically, we had to prepare much more investment to make sure if these things happen, that we still have money to keep running until the moment we break even. So that was something like always prepare more money than you expect. There's always things which will go wrong, right? Always
Yeah.
things which will take delay. It's Belgium.
Definitely. But then, talking about financial plan and cash flow. So you ask the help of someone who is specialized in that, or someone who just, a friend maybe, and has a little bit of experience in that. How did you do that?
Yeah, so basically I talked to older friends,
Yeah.
so who have more life experience, business experience as well. And then, they just know like what you need to pay for in a business or in a company. It's not that difficult. I mean, it's software, it's staff, it's rent, it's very realistic, but thinking detailed, go into all the details. What are the things you actually need to pay for? And the small costs are often forgotten.
Yeah,
So
I'm not only, thinking about costs here, but for me, the confusing part is still the taxes.
that's not
Because
fun here.
yeah, because they vary so much depending as well on how much you earn. So this is a very complex part for me, also providing that we don't have a company. We are both independents. So we kind of need to take into consideration taxation and social contributions, like of both of us.
Yeah, so that's something you definitely need to talk to an accountant because it's so complicated in Belgium, and how to make it so that you're not working only for the government. Because that's
Exactly.
what most people do as company owners in the beginning, right? Us too. The taxes are super high. And we have some friends who considered opening a Belgian company too. And in the end, they opened in Dubai, opened in UK, because the tax system is so bad here.
Well, yeah, I could not disagree with that.
Yeah.
But then, sorry for that I'm digging into that, but I think it's a very important question, living in Belgium and doing business in Belgium. So you said like you need to hire an accountant to deal with those questions. But I talked to an acquaintance of mine. She actually has business in London. They have co-working places, and she has a couple of other businesses with 6 figures and 7 figures as well. And she was telling me, that we have we have accountants, we have bookkeepers, and then we have financial advisors who are actually looking on the whole picture. So they're kind of letting you know where you stand, they tell you what are the trends and where you should go with the cash flow.
So this is something the bank can tell you, I guess, or you can go to this kind of experts. For us, the bank was helping a lot as well.
The bank, so when you were loaning money?
Yes, so then we had to discuss the financial plan, right? So then we went very detailed with them as well. And they know from other similar businesses or other businesses what is realistic. So that's also nice.
Okay, but do they provide you maybe like a template or like a guide that you can use to create such a financial plan? No, not really.
No, I mean, I have it if you need it.
Definitely, I would love to have it. Yeah, so yeah, I'm thinking as well, like, okay, like what kind of person we need to hire to really understand our numbers, because I had like 3 accountants here in Belgium, but what they did, they would just take care of my VAT number, and then they would submit taxes, but there was no guidance like whatsoever. They wouldn't take my numbers, my incoming and outcoming invoices, and would basically tell me if it is good or not and how I can optimize it. So there was nothing like that.
Basically, I think my friend who helped us with financial plan, he might be considered a financial expert just because of his life and business experience. So those people, they are better to talk to, because in the accountants, they can help you, but you need to keep asking to go deeper. And same with the bank and same with like notary, they can help you. But in the first talk, they won't help you. It's really tough as an entrepreneur in Belgium. Like you really need to ask much more. They're not coming to you to help you. You need to know what you want to know. So,
exactly. And I'm glad that you're mentioning that. And whoever is listening to us, I think this is the first very important piece of advice, figuring out your numbers. And I mean, of course, it's not only important in Belgium, but in Belgium particularly, because there are so many underwater stones, let's say, even with social contributions that in some countries you wouldn't even take it into consideration, right? And here, if you get a bill of 700 euro or 1,600 euro in a quarter like this, you would be a little bit shocked, and surprised. So that's why it's really important to figure out your numbers. And I think the important part also the profitability. Knowing that according to your numbers, will you be able actually to earn something or not, and when?
Yes, so this is very important. And as an entrepreneur, you must be patient. Like I have one neighbor business, and they are doing it for many years, and they say like the young people are not patient. Like normally a business before you are break even takes at least 2 years. A lot of business take like 5 years, and that's normal. But even us, we are like, we want to break even within 1 year. So this whole society is much faster, I guess, these days. And then, we want to make sure we make money so fast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you have mentioned that. And this is something I'm talking about all the time. There is a lot of misconception about how fast you can start earning from your business. And the reason I think why it is happening, and you mentioned, yes, that the younger generation, they are impatient, is because social networks create this fake beliefs that you can become a millionaire like in 3 months. Or maybe if not millionaire, then at least earn like decent amount of money, lay down on the beach with your computer and with
work a lot.
with fresh wind blowing your way. Unfortunately it doesn't work like that. I also work with startups, and I can tell that until you get into break even, it can take 5-8 years even. So be patient indeed. Okay, so we got distracted a little bit on the financial and business plan. So once you created the business plan and financial plan, you went to the bank, yes?
Yes.
How you were choosing a bank?
Actually, because we had already some other people who want to invest, so we had like half of the money, and yeah, they were very helpful.
Oh wow, that's incredible though. So you've been like 10 years away, and then you come back, and your friends still still there for you to
Yeah, but
invest.
we have friends from China who help us. We have people
Oh,
from
it's great.
everywhere who are supporting, and also we put everything we have inside. So I'm just a company now.
No, but this is incredible. This is incredible. I mean, why I'm saying that is because you also need to have an understanding what is the valuation of your company, right? Because you distribute, you distribute shares to
Yeah,
those
and in
who.
Belgium, there's this good thing. It's like the win-win loan. This is very nice, right? People can give you money as a loan, just private people, and then they can deduct it from their tax.
Nice.
So that's a
Okay.
great one. So we have these kind of loans as well. So then we don't have to give shares to those people, and they are protected. The government gives a guarantee now of 40% with COVID. So that's very good.
Okay, so I'm a bit confused in here. So you're saying that they do invest, but they don't get shares.
Yeah.
So,
So they give you a loan. It's like a private loan.
but do you pay a percentage to them or not?
Yes, a little percentage.
Oh, okay. So because I was wondering why would they invest? So because
Because they
they
believe in
get.
the product and they want to help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but yeah, the one thing that they get a percentage, and the second one is that
The
they
tax
reduce the
deduction.
tax. Yeah, they
Yes. So that's
reduce
very
tax.
important in Belgium.
Yeah. Oh my God, so interesting.
Mm.
Um, okay, I wanted to ask something that you probably will not reply to, but it's probably not easy to ask money from people.
It
Did
was
you?
super hard, and most people refused. And then, especially the people I thought they would help, and who have like a lot of money,
Yeah.
they don't want to help. And then, but you just talk about it, keep talking about it to everyone, stay passionate, and someone will pop up like, "Hey, this is like a great idea," and
Mm-hmm.
give you a little bit. And if a lot of people give you a little bit, yeah, then you will make it. But
So
it took quite some time as well. And personally, it's very hard to find that confidence to always go to people with your idea and then they say, it's too risky. You know how it is as an entrepreneur. So it was tough. I mean, I had a lot of crying and sleepless nights.
well, I can imagine.
That's
Um,
normal.
yeah, but the trick is, you said, is like small amounts of money, I suppose. Yes.
Mhm.
And then they give the percent. And by the way, now with COVID and all the restrictions, especially in the fitness area, how do you do?
So the same thing, we must be patient, but and also passionate. So what we do is we do it outdoors.
Yeah.
So in March, I found a location. So I find this location after we had the financial plan and the money,
Okay.
um, and it was within budget, so it was nice. And we were very optimistic that like in September, COVID would be over. The past September.
Yeah, but oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, so we started with renovations and everything. We were so ready to open, and then we were not allowed to because of COVID.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, even with COVID, you need to stay hopeful because one day you'll be able to open, and you must be ready, right? So
Yeah, that's
just do
true.
it. Don't wait for it. And a business takes a lot of time to prepare. I would say at least 1 year before you can start selling anything. So
Mhm.
COVID is a perfect time to start preparing.
That's true.
I
But
mean, you have a bit more time on your hands, I guess. I mean, I don't now, but most people.
well, it is business is very time consuming, and this is
Mhm.
another point, where people think, okay, I will do everything like this really fast, and then there are so many things you need to take care of. It's incredible.
Mhm. Yeah,
Um,
but you learn in the process, and it's really, really interesting for your personal
fun.
growth as well.
It's
It's nice.
fun. It's interesting. Yeah, like as I told you, now we are working on the financial plan, and
Mhm.
there are so many things popping up. In terms of costs as well. Because we
Mhm.
are importing fabrics from Uzbekistan, and
Mhm.
before it felt like, okay, you buy fabrics and then you just bring them here and c'est
Mhm.
fini, right? That's it.
Mhm.
But apparently, you need to find a person who will sell it, then you need to find a person who will buy it, then you need a person who will sew it in a quality way, then you need to find a person who will do all the certification and send all that. This is like absolutely incredible.
Yeah, there's so much more than you can expect, even for us as well. Like you need all kind of licenses, and you need all kind of insurances, and so that you can work with people. So that's what takes a lot of time to figure it out. But just take that time. Don't go too fast, and then something very bad might happen because you don't have a license or something. So better to take your time in the beginning before going all in, putting all your money in. So first study a lot.
And you had like a financial pillow to keep up, or it's the government who is supporting you? How does it work?
So during this COVID, a lot of months I was too afraid to look at my cash flow model because of course we planned to open in October, and then the COVID happened. Actually, we planned September, but then we got a little delay. So our pillow, like financial pillow to prepare until break even, is getting less because we need to use it now. So this is very annoying. So when we will be able to open, we won't have any buffer anymore. So then we already had to take another loan because otherwise we don't have a future for the business. So it is very annoying. I mean, there's no financial pillow that you can just sleep tight, but it's reality and there's always solutions, right? So we had to find more money.
Yeah, absolutely. But is there any support from the government?
Yes, so the employees now, they get the temporary unemployment money. Yeah. So that's great because salaries are very expensive as an employer. So that's very nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that's something which is good. But the difficult thing is, we still have to pay rent. So I have to pay the normal costs. Even the taxes to government, we still have to pay. It's so weird.
That's crazy, right?
But they support us as well. Like we get this kind of 10% of your predicted income.
Okay.
But basically, the taxes we pay are almost the same amount. So it's so strange, this whole situation. But we stay positive, and so we are able to do outside workouts. So that's very nice. So that at least we start to meet some people, and then also we just do it every day so that we can see them, they can get to know us, and when we will be open, we will be stronger than normally when we plan to open from scratch, right? So it's actually helping us, and I believe it will be okay. But the longer it takes, this COVID thing, the worse it gets, because summer is always tough normally. So I don't really want to take this whole COVID after summer.
My God, don't tell me. But let's come back to the journey. When you went to a bank, so you already had everything prepared, and you showed everything, and you read probably the conditions for the loan. Do you usually find them on the bank websites? Like how does it work? What is the percentage?
Yeah, so basically I was planning to take a starter's loan. Like in Belgium, if it's your first business, you can take a starter's loan. With, I think, I forgot how much percent, 3% or something interest. So this is very good. And also with, I think, 1 year delayed payback. So that's nice. So I was planning to take that one for a big amount of the money. But then the bank said, okay, we can give you this money in a loan for better conditions. So actually it's good if you have multiple options so that you're not desperate, like, oh, I need this money from you. Like also I went to different banks and we always acted like we had more money, even though we didn't. So this way, they all the terms and conditions, I looked at it, and but also you have to trust people. This is the risk as an entrepreneur as well, right? At some point you have to make choices. You have to trust people, and often it works out well. Sometimes, they play you. So with the bank, I went to all these banks, and the bank, I felt they are giving us the most advice, like giving us not only what we need, but also the things we didn't think about. Because that's most important. We don't know everything. So the one who were like giving advice, like real tips, and then we chose for that bank.
Yeah, That's really nice, actually. And I think, yeah, banks nowadays, they do want to give loans, and I suppose that's why also the percentage is going down. And there's always the same rule, when you're shopping for loans. Yeah, you need to let them know that they are not the only ones and that they are comparing them to someone else. Okay. And yeah, well, I didn't know about this starter loan. How does it work? So they give you, let's say, just an assumption, 100K. And you said there is 1 year of delay to start repaying it. So how it works? Okay, you have your 100K, you start investing it into your business, and then 1 year later, you start paying out the amount you agree with the bank ahead of time, right?
So the starters loan is from the Belgian government.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so we didn't take it in the end. We didn't use it. Like, I planned to take it, but then we decided to work with the bank.
Okay, but then with the bank, how does it work? You need to start repaying straight away?
They also gave us 1 year.
Also 1 year. Okay,
But
so
that's something you need to negotiate.
yeah, and then
But
in
also
1
with the
year,
win-win loan, it's automatically 1 year. So I think as an entrepreneur, it's very important that you negotiate this first time without paying back, so that you don't have too much financial stress.
yeah,
We already have the financial stress now because the time is almost 1 year with
yeah.
COVID. But yeah, you must not be too optimistic. So try to give yourself some space also financially.
And you agree ahead, of course, like how much you are going to pay every month in
Yes,
1
yes,
year.
yes,
Okay, and do they secure the loan against your properties, or
yes.
they do? Yeah.
I mean, a part of it, yeah. They always, that's best for them, right? They always try to secure. So that's why I'm saying I'm the business now. Like, everything's inside. Even I had to like personally sign for it. So
Okay, and once you have got the loan, there's a bit of echo all of a sudden. I don't know why. So once you've got the loan, what were your next steps?
yeah, so then signing the contract for the rent, and then thinking about renovation, and very soon also looking for employees, because I heard from so many people, also friends who have fitness businesses in other cities in Belgium, without good employees, without good people, you're nothing, because you can do the business yourself, but maybe one day you get sick, you get injured, something happens, or you want to open a second business, and then what's going to happen? So we started right away with searching people, and yeah, interviewing a lot of people, putting the vacancies online and interviewing them. We thought, okay, good people, and now we see with COVID, all of them disappeared. Like, most of them. We have one girl who's great, still working with us now for free until we open. So, but really, people are, it's like gold. When you find a good one, it's like, wow, you can sleep well at night.
You need to hold to them.
Yeah, so this is really, I'm also very lucky, of course, with my husband, because he's supporting me professionally and personally. So that's nice. So if you start a business, don't be too, like, you need to take risks, but don't take too many personal risks. Like, there must be people to support you if something happens to you, right?
Yeah, I had an interesting experience recently, because we needed to expose our collection at the embassy of Uzbekistan. And what happened is that my partner suddenly had health problems, and I was supposed to be at Business Master, like with Tony Robbins. And all of a sudden, I was like, "Who is going to to the embassy? We can't miss the opportunity." Well, in the end, we pulled it. We came ourselves. But as you said, like, it would be great if there was someone to help us. So what we are planning to do is to search for a volunteer at this stage, because of course, like, we are not selling anything, so we're not profitable yet. So yeah, we'll try to find at least a volunteer, or how do you say, intern,
Like an intern or a student or something. It's really good. And yeah, people also told me always look at people like maybe they can help you in some way. So this is like, it took us very long until we were so lucky to find this girl. But the people we were looking for, they were then not committed enough, because for a business, you need to be committed. So it's better to start looking early, like even before you're open, like in the very beginning when you just have an idea, already start looking around in your network, like is there anyone who can help with something? Later on, even first, let's just say like an intern or a volunteer, and then later they can be independent contractor with you, and later they can become employee if you have enough money to pay the taxes.
And by the way, like bureaucracy wise, so you can hire people, I think, only if you have a company, right?
Yes. So of course I set up the company legally. That was the very first thing, right? But then it was just like an empty company. That's something very easy to do.
Okay, this is interesting because from what I know, you need to have, I don't know, something like 70K of revenue to open a company, a Spiral.
That's not necessary. No, you can just, in Belgium there's the Kruispunt Bank, I don't know how to call it, this kind of thing online, which can help you to get the VAT number and the number if you want employees to pay the tax for employees.
What's the name?
I don't know how to say it. It's called the Crossroad Bank in Dutch, but not in English. But you can also call people in a lot of places who will help you pro bono, just for free, to figure these things out and to decide what kind of company you want. You know, if you want to be an independent person in a one-person company or an actual company, these kind of things. So it took me a bit of time to figure that out, but then it was not difficult to set it up.
Okay, that's interesting because I've been to Xerius for several times. You know, Xerius is like as
I heard about them, but never talked to them.
But I mean, where are you registered for paying social contributions?
Good question. I think with Acerta.
With Acerta, okay. Yeah, because in Belgium you must be registered in one of those agencies to pay social contributions. Because if you are not registered there and if you don't pay those contributions, then you will receive a very high bill for not paying them. And usually, when you open a business, you actually get VAT from them. So the VAT number. And what they told me is that if you don't have the revenue, which means after tax, after you're paying the tax, like about 70K, then you can't really open the company. So you can
That's so weird, because that's kind of in the past. Like now you can open a company so easily. Like you don't need to have the money in the bank anymore. Basically, you just need to have a financial plan and and pay a little bit of money for all the administrative things, but that's all.
Okay, a little bit is like thousands of euro or few hundred. Okay. Okay, I need to go to them again and ask them, because I was talking to an accountant as well when we were making the balance, my balance in general, because I have several activities. And he told me again that you need to have about 70K revenue. I was like, okay. Now
you do need a little bit of investment money, right? You do need a few thousand, to show that you are ready to actually do a business.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, but it's not 70.
I will need to look into it again then. Okay. Yeah. So you started. By the way, so when you were asking for a loan from the bank, what do they look at to get the approval?
So they basically look at the profitability, how reasonable your financial plan is. Basically, like if you put everything inside, also the timeline. So if you are realistic with the timeline, that you're not too optimistic with how many things you're going to sell, and then also they look at similar businesses in your industry. So if there's something similar that's actually making money, for us as a fitness business, this is okay, because fitnesses, I mean, they do keep open before COVID. So this is something they look at. So they compare with things they know in your industry, and they see if you are having similar costs and similar profitability prediction. But of course, they will not tell you all those things.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. And since COVID has started, so apart from exercises outside, were you thinking about any other solutions like
So we
online?
I added nutrition coaching on it. So that one, because I became a personal trainer too, just in case all our trainers get sick, so that I can coach too, and that I can get to know the members, of course. But then also I like to talk about the lifestyle, the nutrition. So that one now I'm offering to people who are activating their memberships. So working out outside is not the same value as inside. So then we add some extra value, like basically for free, so that they can get more value for their money. And I really love that, to talk to people and a lot of people have stress for COVID, a lot of things happening with people. And it's nice so that they also get to know some friends and then they can change their life. So actually, I had to put in more value, not only my own money, but also my own time to stay alive, let's say, as a business. But so basically, we can always think about other ways to make value, but it will always be a personal cost, right? I mean, as an entrepreneur, it's very difficult to get money right away for what you offer.
Yeah, that's absolutely, you need to get to that break-even point. Let's say.
Yeah, but it's definitely worth it, because we know these people, they will pay when everything gets better. So that's good. And they will talk about it to their friends, and like, you must be willing to do a lot to be known, right? To get your name out there and to be trustworthy as well.
But tell us a little bit more about your business model and how it all works. So you mentioned a little bit that it is 45 minutes workout, but you mentioned now that it's subscription based.
Yes, so it's monthly. So people, they just pay like monthly memberships, and they get unlimited classes. So it's like personal training, normally one-on-one. So the same things you get, the trainer is really helping you when you work out and guiding you, so you get very fast results. But it's with a small group. So it's basically what a lot of personal trainers were doing now in COVID too, right? Training people in small groups outside. But we have TVs, so that people can see the exercise on the TV, and the personal trainer can really do the personal training work. So go to the people and correct them and push them and motivate them.
So it's a mix of online and offline?
Kind of. Like, the online is there with us, right? So the TV is just with us, so people can always check in. So we don't have to do the exercises at the same time.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. So
so it's a very high-end fitness, so they pay quite a lot, but then they get like personal training. So that's also, we are in between personal training and other group classes.
Okay, so let me just to summarize it, to make sure that I understand. So there is an option to get to outdoor space to exercise, but at the same time it is recorded while it's made offline, so other people who cannot take it.
It's pre-recorded. So it's pre-recorded. So it's playing during the workout.
Okay, but is the trainer outside as well, or there is only? Oh,
yes, the trainer is outside, so you can always look at the TV if you are doubting how to do the exercise, or if you are a bit confused. That's why normally the trainers are in front doing the exercises, right? So then they can look at the TV, but then at the same moment, the trainer comes to you to really see how you are doing it.
How, if you're doing it correctly or not.
Yeah.
Okay, my God, like, I didn't realize even that it's so complex in a way. I mean, complex and not complex. I mean, this is a little bit of a different concept from the usual ones. And how do you put TV outdoors, by the way?
So in the winter it was crazy cold. And that's also something, as an entrepreneur, you need to show up every day. I mean, it's cold, doesn't matter, you still show up. Even your people canceling, you are still showing up. So this is something which is very hard for people thinking like, oh, I can just get money so easily, lie on the beach, whatever. It's very hard work. You must be there every day for a long time until people start coming to you as well. But we did it, and now everyone is laughing like, oh, do you remember when it was -5? We're there outside every day. So it's like it creates also a tight bond when you show up, you show you are willing to give a lot of things to the people, and you are not only there for getting their money. But it's a different business for us because we are selling a service, right?
Yeah, and how often do you have those exercises outside?
Every day, six classes with multiple groups of 4 now. So we have all the time. We are super busy, and it's exhausting with these whole groups of 4 thing. But it's okay. That's what opening a business is like.
Yeah, you're rolling. You're crushing it. That's amazing.
I mean, some days like there's no one. I mean, some classes people canceling, and I mean it's COVID. You cannot control anything, and then people also have a lot of things happening personally, right? They can lose their job. They can have a family member which is ill. So financially, it's not stable like normal because people can have issues anytime and they have to drop out.
Yeah. I've got a question in my head now, and it just where is the location? What is the location?
So it's just next to the central station in Brussels. So we have
there is like a park.
It's a Gallery Ravenstein. So it's like you have a shopping mall and you are not inside the shops, but just in the corridor.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. That's great.
So we are lucky with that. We didn't know before COVID, but we are lucky that we are just at the end of the shopping mall, so it's open. And then, it's outdoors, but still just next to our studio.
That's great. Yeah, you're really lucky, and I'm so happy for you. Okay, Annelies. So it's what is it? It's already 45 minutes. Like we are talking. I told you, like the time really flies when you have fun.
Talking too much about the money.
We love money, right?
But you cannot do it for money. Really, like
no.
Everyone thinks you must be an entrepreneur to make a lot of money. Yeah, maybe you can make a lot of money after like 10 years, but you might also not make a lot of money. So it's, I mean, money is just, let's say, extra if you are doing great.
Yeah, absolutely. So I just finished the business mastery. So yesterday was the last day. And well, I suppose you know Tony Robbins, right? And he was telling over and over again that if you don't have passion towards your business, quit it. If you don't bring massive value to your customers, quit it. So it's money is a result, basically.
So that's the thing. That's definitely it. So you need to know that yourself, you have the value and people will want to pay for it, of course. But in the beginning, you have to give bit by bit so they get to know what the value is before they can pay for it. Of course, you need to know that there is a value in it.
Yeah, and you need to be passionate about your customers.
Yes. So these things, like, it's really hard, but also don't be afraid to call people. So if you lose that passion a little bit because you're just exhausted of all the hard work, call people. Just call everyone you know and get some more energy from that, and then go again.
Yeah, and innovate. Yeah, so he was saying, okay, there can be some sort of fatigue if you're doing your business like for many years, but that's why innovation should be at the core of your business.
Yes. So really search your space. So for us too, we really searched where there's something that people need.
Yeah, constant innovation. Okay, Annelies. So if you have anything to add it now.
Yes, so the one thing I want to add, because as a female, we do need to take care of ourselves. So I noticed also you are so passionate, so much energy to do the business, but don't forget to, if you need the sleep, just sleep more and make sure you're eating well, and sometimes take a an hour for yourself. I mean, the typical me time of going for, I don't know, massage or whatever, people, they always say, oh, these things are useless. But as a female founder, we must make sure we are healthy ourselves so that the business can be healthy as well.
Yeah, can you give me a second? I want to show something related to what you just said. Just a moment.
Awesome.
Okay, sorry, I didn't know where it is. So I've got this magic thing, which looks weird. But since you were talking about self-care, and now we can't even go to massages, this thing, I think it's saving my life. I saw it at my mom when I was visiting my mom in Russia, and basically it's a self-massager. And
Nice.
the cool thing about it is that you can feel and find the spots by yourself. You know, it's not always that massage person can find those exact points that are disturbing you, but with this thing, you can find that point and you can like really massage it yourself. And it's so good, you can't
That's so
imagine.
nice.
So it's always beside me, you know, when I need to massage, you know, some points because I have tensions in my neck and in my shoulders. It's incredible. And it's like €8 maybe. It's like you buy it on AliExpress or available somewhere in Belgium, but it's really good for self-care.
Yeah, so basically don't forget about yourself because you are very important for the business.
Yeah, great. Take care of yourself, ladies. Thank you so much for being with us today. Annelies, thank you so much. I so much appreciate that you found time to share your story. I think it's really, really, really inspiring. And
Thank you so much.
really informative as well. Yeah, thank you so much. And I wish you so much luck. Girls who might be interested in Annelies and in F45, we will put the link right under this interview so you could follow if needed and start exercising.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, just contact me. I mean, people have been helping me, so I'm happy to help you as well.
Exactly. Thank you so much. You have a great day and great weekend and great business and great life as well.
Thank you. See you.
Bye.